Okay, in this video, I'm going to explain to you the uniqueness of what schizoid personality disorder really is, regardless of what the definition says. The definition of schizoid personality disorder is a personality disorder characterized by a lack of interest in social relationships, tendency towards a solitary or sheltered lifestyle, secretness, emotional coldness, and apathy. Now, I myself suffer from schizoid personality disorder, as I told you in previous videos. And I tend to agree with this definition to a degree. Not every schizoid has emotional coldness or is sheltered or usually is antisocial. But I would say for the most part, the majority of this definition describes me. And I forgot the last sentence saying they tend to have an extensive and inner fantasy life. Now, that's what makes the schizoid personality disorder unique. You see, there's a difference between a person simply daydreaming and a person fantasizing in terms of the seriousness and the intents of how they're daydreaming and why they're daydreaming. A person with schizoid personality disorder does not daydream like the normal person does. It's not so much of the act of daydreaming, but it's the intensity and the seriousness of the daydreaming ability of a schizoid. You see, when I daydream, my daydreams are so intense, they're so vivid, that I can literally act out my daydreams. I can make myself have an orgasm just by thinking about certain elements of the female body or sexual situations. I can make sores appear on my arms by it's just fantasizing. When I get caught up in fantasies, I will talk out loud. I would act them out with repetitive movements. When I listen to music, I'll get up, I'll walk around in circles, I'll jump around. Now there's this somewhat new condition they call, which describes this type of daydreaming as maladaptive daydreaming syndrome, which describes what I just described to you about the intensity of my daydreams. Me personally, I don't think maladaptive daydreaming is a condition of itself. I think it's simply a major symptom of a particular condition, particularly the condition of schizoid personality disorder. Now, I say not all maladaptive daydreamers are schizoids, but I think maladaptive daydreaming is the exact symptom of what makes a person a schizoid. It's not simply the emotional coldness or apathy. These are only basic negative symptoms of schizophrenia. What really makes a person stand out in terms of being a schizoid is not the antisocial behavior or the lack of interest in relationships, but it's the intensity of how they daydream. We daydream almost like a borderline psychosis type of daydreaming. We know our daydreams are not real, but the daydreams are so intense and so vivid that they feel real. It's like a person simply dreaming in their sleep. You ever dream and you're falling in your sleep, and before you hit the ground, you wake up and you jump. That's how intense my daydreams are. I can literally fantasize about me falling, and my body will have a literal reaction jump. My brain will feel as if I'm really falling. That's how serious my daydreams are. Now, being a schizoid, I tend to eternalize everything because I don't have the emotional capabilities as most people. My emotions don't come out in a functional way like a normal person does. So when I deal with situations, particularly social cues, I tend to will eternalize everything. I like things dealing with intellectual topics. I like dealing with esoteric type of things, the occult, spiritual things. All these things are within confinement of schizoid personality disorder. Would I rather be a normal person? Yes. I hate being a schizoid. I mean, right now, I'm in a bunker because I don't want to be around other people. I saved up a lot of cash, and I managed to get this bunker that I'm living in right now. Look at that! It's a shitty bunker. It's a mess down here, but you know, I can't stand to be around people. I'm very antisocial. I mean, I don't give a shit about having a girlfriend. I don't give a shit about sex. I don't give a shit about any of that. All I want to do is just basically live my life the best I can, live for Jesus, probably preach the gospel or whatever. But I mean, really, I don't give a shit about society and your little shitty social cues and norms. So you guys can go fuck yourself. Excuse my language, but I'm getting all worked up, because I'm tired of people coming in talking to me as if, oh, it's so wrong for you to be so antisocial and be away from people. They know the seriousness of my fucking condition. Sorry, I don't mean to be negative. I'm actually in a good mood. Man, but in another video, I'll show you the necessities of this bunker. But right now, this is my assessment on schizoid personality disorder. I would say we tend to want to engage in personal relationships, even though we tend to avoid them because we're fear of being rejected, fear of being made fun of or whatnot, because we have the problems of having these fantasies of being humiliated, whether it happened in real life or whether it's imaginative. We get these really humiliating fantasies that will torment us. And this will lead to vengeful fantasies that we might want to go out and, do something crazy like go take an automatic rifle and perhaps go shoot 50 people in some school somewhere. I mean, these ideas have actually came in my mind when these humiliating torments wouldn't stop. I was like, maybe if I go take my fucking gun and go shoot about 50 people, maybe the torments will stop. But I know these are just symptoms of my personality disorder, and I have to deal with it. But I'll talk to you on the next video. Good day.